Hi everyone, this is Crafty Decoria and I hope you're all doing great. So for today's Dollar Tree Craft with me, I will be making yet another fall decor piece. I'll be showing you two ways that you can use this piece, but definitely you always come up with so many other great ideas to use it for. So for this DIY, all the items I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I have two of the Thankful and Blessed signs. I have a wooden rolling pin. I have a couple packages of the wooden rulers by Jot. I have a cookie sheet. I have two of these decor pieces that have the succulents on it and the metal strip across the front. And I also have a box of the storage jars, which are the little mason jars. I'll only be using the lids for this DIY, but definitely I'll keep the bottoms for another DIY. And then I'll be using my E6000 glue as well as my hot glue. So without further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. I hope you enjoy. So before I start the DIY, I want to add this little piece to show you two optional things that you could do. I will be using these steps for my piece, but this is maybe something that you might just want to leave out. Being that the Thankful and Blessed sign is painted on the front, it's not on the back. So I did pick up some pumpkin orange acrylic paint from the Dollar Tree, and I'll just be painting the backs of the pumpkin and then the backs of these pieces as well. The second thing is these decor pieces on the silver piece here, there is writing, and if you wanted to, you could leave it. It all depends what is written on there. Like this one that I did remove said good vibes, and that would be something that you could keep. But plant a garden and watch it grow. Unless you have an indoor greenhouse, then this wouldn't really make sense for the fall. So I just decided to use some acetone and remove the writing. And what ended up happening was when I put a little bit too much, and so the ink went onto the wood. So I just took my paper towel and then I just worked it into the wood, so then it looks like it's stained with this black finish. And I think with the orange, it's going to look really nice. So, and also, yes, I will be painting the front here. You don't have to paint the whole thing, but I do need to paint the bottom, because as you can see, you do see a little bit of that front part of the picture there. So I will be painting that bottom section as well. Taking my E6000 glue, I'm going to glue the bottom of the decor pieces to the inside of the cookie sheet. Now taking my storage jars, I've just removed the lids, and I'm going to be gluing them down to the pumpkins with my E6000 glue. Now where I'm going to be gluing them is right where that stem ends and then the hump of the pumpkin begins. That's where I will glue each of the lids down, so one lid to one pumpkin. My E6000 glue, I'm going to apply the glue here, and then I'm going to place the pumpkin up against it so that the lids of the storage jars are both facing inwards. here I have everything glued together. I've used my clamps to keep the pumpkin and the decor piece nice and tight so that the glue can adhere nice and strong. And what I did before the glue started to dry is I went ahead and I placed my rolling pin in between the two pumpkins inside of those lids. And then I moved my decor pieces to where I felt the rolling pin fit nice and snug so that it wouldn't fall, but not too tight so that I can still remove it and then place it back inside. So then I just made sure that that measurement was good, and I'm gonna let this dry overnight. Now, what I also may do, and I didn't include this in the list of supplies because I'm not really sure yet if I need to do it until I actually get to that point. But I may end up using some Dollar Tree magnets, and I believe these are by Craft Medley. And I may glue one magnet to each end of the rolling pin. This way, being that the lids are metal, it's just going to give extra durability for that rolling pin to stay in place. So I may end up doing that. But for the time being, I'm just going to let this piece dry overnight, and then in the morning we will continue with the DIY. Okay, so before I call it a night, I decided to glue the magnets onto the end of the rolling pin. So first, I just placed each magnet inside of the lid to make sure that I'm applying the glue to the right side of the magnet. Then I will glue it onto the ends of that rolling pin. I will be using my E6000 glue, and then I will allow this to dry overnight as well. I have 2 packages of the Jot wooden rulers, so I will be using 4 rulers in total. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the black measurement section of the ruler, and you just want to get something sharp, and very carefully you're just going to lift that black piece, and then it will very easily just come right off. So I do that to all 4 of the rulers. Then, because these are just a tad bit too long, I go ahead and measure the area. I'm going to be placing the wooden rulers at the side of the wooden decor piece, just one at the bottom and then one close to the top. So I'll have 2 rulers running across each side. And I just very easily took my utility knife. It's a very sharp one, this one. It's for my vinyl cutting. And then I just went over a few times where I want to cut the excess off, and then I just snapped it off. So if you don't have a saw or anything like that, as long as you have a pretty good utility knife, then it just takes a little bit of elbow grease and you'll be able to cut that off from the ruler. My hot glue, I'm just going to hot glue the rulers 2 on each side. guys, so here is another fall decor piece that I've put together using Dollar Tree items, and I really love how it looks. I really didn't put too much in there. I probably would have added some more Excelsior from the Dollar Tree, but I do have to get some more, and I really should buy that in the summer when I see it, because around this time of year it does tend to sell out quickly. So I will probably add a little bit of that to the bottom, but I really love this piece. I want to also say that with the rulers and the rolling pin, I left it like that because I do want to stain them. Whether I do a whitewash with them or I stain it in a walnut brown, I'm not quite sure yet. So I wanted to just leave it as it is so that you could see it. Since the rulers and the rolling pin were the same shade, I thought I would just leave it for the video. Also, the holes in the rulers, I will probably be filling those in. I thought I had a little bit of wood fill or spackle on hand, but I am completely out of it, so I wasn't able to do that. But that might not be something that bothers you, but I probably will just fill it. And the Dollar Tree does sell spackle in packages, and I really like the spackle. I've used it many times for cracks in the wall and to fill in little holes, and it works great. And at least you're not buying a huge tub where there's the chance that it could go dry. You could just get it in the little packets. So when I do see those at the Dollar Tree, I definitely do pick those up. I also left the ruler on the side, the rulers, just empty. I was going to stencil something in there. It's just something that if you decide to make this, you definitely could personalize it to your liking. But since there already was the thankful and blessed written on the pumpkins, I thought I would just leave the sides as they are so that it wasn't too busy. Okay, so I wanted to show you with this piece here, when you do have lighter decor on the inside of this, you can definitely lift this up by the handle, which is great if you need to move this around. It's nice to be able to do that, being that the rolling pin is not permanently glued onto the pumpkins. But if you did want to place heavier objects in here, like I thought a really neat way of displaying this would be to get the Dollar Tree mason jars, the white or the gold lids with the glass jar, and then place different types of candy in there and then place it on top of your coffee table. I think it would really look nice, and it would also be functional, and it would store those candies in there but make it really nice for whenever you want a sweet little treat. Another way is if you use those jars and you place different types of beans or spices on the inside of that, that would be great as well. If you did want to add potted plants, you could definitely do that. That would look really pretty. The only thing I would suggest is that if whatever you're putting on the inside is a little bit heavier, then I would, just to be on the safe side, lift the piece up by the handles of the cookie sheet. This way you're not risking lifting it up by that handle and then having it drop and then break whatever's on the inside. Now there is a reason why I did not permanently glue that rolling pin to the pumpkins on each side of it, and I'm going to show you now. Okay guys, well there it is, a paper towel holder, and that was the main reason why I wanted to make this piece in the first place, because for the fall season I do want to keep this on my counter, and this way I can add some decor to the bottom to make it look really pretty, light it up at night, but at the same time it's functional because I can have my paper towel roll on there, and it works great in my kitchen. And I am so happy with how this turned out. So I have a Bounty roll on there. It is a pretty good size roll, and you can see that it works fine. To take it off, it turns nicely, and I just think that it's going to make a very beautiful addition to my countertop with the other fall decor that I have. Well guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this DIY. I had a lot of fun making it. It was pretty simple to put it together, especially if you find those pumpkins that are already painted and decorated. The Dollar Tree does carry the wooden pumpkins, so if you did want to make your own or just stain them and have it more plain, you definitely could do that. But it is great when you can find the pieces already painted and just ready to put together. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video if you can. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. As always, you take care of yourselves, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.